Pressure is building both underground and at the state capitol over who controls New Orleans' water system. A WDSU investigation uncovered a letter from the Sewerage and Water Board raising concerns about a proposed overhaul that could shift more power to the city, even as the mayor and lawmakers push for change. WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm digs deeper into the push and push back. Cassie.
That's right, Gina. So this isn't the first time Sewage and Water Board has been at the center of a legislation trying to find some kind of fix, as we've seen a lot of issues when it comes to billing and multiple other portions of Sewage and Water Board. But not everyone is agreeing on how to get there.
The letter that was approved by the committee was sent to the chair of the House Committee on Municipal and Parochial Affairs. It was also shared with the mayor and members of her team, and also the author of the bill, Representative Hilferty.
That letter obtained by WDSU Investigate shows that Sewage and Water Board is pushing back against a proposal that would give the New Orleans City Council more control.
Potential modifications to the bill that might be less detrimental to the utility.
For years, the Sewage and Water Board has been at the center of debate at the Louisiana legislature with repeated attempts to fix its structure, funding, and billing frustrations.
These people that's robbing us every month.
There's no such thing as a normal bill. That's the problem.
Multiple major water main breaks have added pressure, raising concerns about aging pipes and whether the system can keep up.
5 boil waters in a year? The urgency is not there. And I don't know, frankly, under the current system, how you're going to fix that.
Right now, the system is split with oversight shared between the state, a citizen board, and the city.
Look, why are we having 105 state reps, 39 senators from all over the state make these decisions about what is a municipal function?
Now, House Bill 573, filed by Stephanie Hilferty, would give the city council broad authority from restructuring the board to setting the rates and making key decisions.
This would give the council greater authority versus doing it as a piecemeal approach with changes to the legislation, which is what we've been seeing happen over the years.
But now Sewage and Water Board leaders say what the city wants and what the agency wants are not aligned, as they're both represented by the same lobbyist.
I have to admit, it is a unique situation to have a lobbyist that represents two parties. When we're completely separate, it makes sense. When we have issues that are more concentric, it makes for questions sometimes.
Board leaders warn shifting control could muddy the waters, creating instability and financial uncertainty. But both state and city leaders say they don't agree.
I think Sewage and Water Board's letter that I received in many ways expressed wanting to retain the status quo.
Moreno says the real problem isn't the bill, it's the system itself, stating that this is concerning that this committee does not recognize that the Sewage and Water Board currently is the top example of a governance disaster operating under 3 entities. While the state debate continues, so does the worry for money. The Sewage and Water Board is looking to the federal level for funding, something lawmakers say is crucial.
Do that on a regular basis to make sure, especially my district, Southeast Louisiana, is going to be included with important projects that help the lives of people here.
Infrastructure is always needed, and I try to do everything I can do as a member of Congress to support infrastructure, not only for Louisiana, but for the nation.
Now, lawmakers plan to take this bill up in the next coming days, and a lot of people are keeping an eye on this because it's going to impact a lot of people here in the city. Back to you guys.
Well, Cassie, do we expect to see any changes to the bill?
That's one of the questions I asked Stephanie Hilferty earlier today, saying, what's the plan for this? Now, she said there are going to be some areas that are going to be reworked, but when it comes to this letter and the suggestions that were given, it doesn't sound like the suggestions from this letter will be making it through, but we're going to be following this very closely. Reporting here in New Orleans, I'm Cassie Sherm. Back to you.